discuss about the transducer engineering subject, unit number 1, science of measurements and classification of transducers. We are discuss about the classification of transducer. The classification of transducer. Transducer is defined as the convert one form of energy to the another form of energy. So convert the energy is the one form of signal to another form of signal. For example of tacho generator is the transducer can be used. It converted the speed signal into the voltage signal. It converted as the speed signal into a voltage signal. For example of tacho generator. The types of transducer. First we have discussed about the basics form of the transducer form is used. Next primary and secondary transducer used. Next one analog and digital transducer used. Passive and active transducer used as a transducer and inverse transducer used. First we have discussed about the basics form of the transducer used. The three types of the basic form: resisting transducer, inductive transistor, capacitive transducer. First we have discussed about the resistive transistor. R is equal to rho L divided by A. Rho means is considered as the resistivity of the material in ohm meter. The L is considered as the length in meter. Length of the wire in meter. A is the area of the cross section in meter squared. Okay, resistance. R means the resistance in ohm. Resistance unit will be ohm. So we have discussed the R is equal to rho L by A. A means area, rho means resistivity of the material, L means length in a wire meter, resistance in ohm, A means area of the cross section in meter squared. Next we are discuss about the inductive transducer. For example of resistive transducer is the potentiometer, strain gauge, photoconductivity cell. Inductive transducer. Now discuss about the next we are on basics form of the transducer can be discuss about the inductive transducer. Inductive coil of the given by the L is equal to N T pi by dt. The N T pi by dt we are describes the magnetic flux. So we are substitute the value of nu naught and nu more A divided by E. Okay, N means the number of turns, L means the inductivity of the inductance in Henry, nu naught means absolute permeability, nu more means relative permeability, A means area of the cross section of the core, L means length of the magnetic path, T pi by dt is the rate of the changing in magnetic flux. It can be used the inductive transducer. Next we are discuss about the example of the magnetic circuit transducer, reluctance in pickup, eddy current gauge, capacitive transducer. Next we are discuss about the capacitive transducer. Capacitive means C is equal to A into epsilon divided by D. Epsilon means we are substitute the epsilon naught and epsilon r. Epsilon naught means absolute permeability, epsilon r means relative permeability of spreading medium. So A means area of the cross section. An example of the capacitor microfan can be used in the capacitive transducer. Next, primary transducer is the one form of energy is converted into the another form of the primary transducer. For example of Boltzmann tube. Secondary transducer, the output signal from the primary transducer is converted into the usable output. It is called as the secondary transducer. For example of LVDD, linear variable differential transformer. Next we are discuss about the passive transducer. Passive is the can be using the which absorb the energy in the input medium, convert directly into the output signal. It is called as the passive signal. For example of thermocouple, input to be measured, passive transducer measured output. So active transducer means external supply will be provided as the active transducer. It absorbs the input medium as the control signal of transfer energy one form to another form. So controlled by the power supply. So example of strain gauge. The example of strain gauge, input to be measured. So active transducer provide the power supply, measured output getting. Next, we are discuss about the analog transducer. The transducer convert input quantity analog output is continuous function of the signal is called as the analog transducer. Digital transducer means is the convert the input quantity into the electrical output in the form of pulse form is called the digital transducer. Analog form is called as the analog transducer. Transducer and inverse transducer. We are